I'm Hannah Skinner. Today I will be discussing my project paper, and I chose option 1. So, all through Scripture, the reader is told truths and revelations and realizations through stories that are told in all perspectives, through parables and proverbs and psalms and songs, and poems and prose, and every other way possible. God gave us the Bible, which is a history book of His creation through time, and it tells about the truths that people found of Him that have shaped the way we live life and love Him. We share our perspectives and truths with each other in order to grow and better ourselves and our relationships with God and everyone else. There is growth and reviewing and understanding perspective. Perspective can change what, how, and why we see and try to comprehend creation and the Creator. In order to remember and fully grasp or understand the truths and beliefs and struggles that I possess in my heart and spirit, I often write poems that sometimes turn into songs. But most of my poems stay in their original form because I find that condensing them into song form seems to take away from the depth of honesty that I intend. Nevertheless, whether poem or song form, my heart is expressed and I am able to go back and read the beliefs inside of me, lest I forget or that they change through time, and then I can go back and see where I once was. Through poems, I am able to release and give perspective to the life that I see. So I'm going to share a poem that I wrote, and I wrote it out of a state of realization from a revelation that the Spirit, kind of opened up to me. We all go through seasons, and during that season, I just realized just the essence of our humanity and how we must trust and depend on God. This poem discusses and states my and us as Christ followers, our trust and faith in God. It expresses truth that is found in scriptures. Psalms chapter 16 verses 5 through 11 is the main scripture that kind of like mirrors and reflects my poem. So I'm going to read that now. Again, that's Psalms chapter 16 verses 5 through 11. O Lord, you are my portion of my inheritance and my cup. You maintain my lot. The lines have fallen to me in pleasant places. Yes, I have a good inheritance. I will bless the Lord who has given me counsel. My heart also instructs me in the night seasons. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoices. My flesh also will rest in hope. For you will not leave my soul in Sheol, nor will you allow your Holy One to see corruption. You will show me the path of life, and your presence is fullness of joy, and at your right hand are pleasures forevermore. There's other additional scripture verses that I found also reflected just basic truths. It'd be like Psalms 130 verse 5, Proverbs 10:19, 1 Peter 1:8, 2 Corinthians 5:7, James 1:5, and Deuteronomy 7:9 are just a few of that list. So this poem, just like it expresses what dependence is and should be. As a missionary, I rely on the Lord in ways that I never did before. Things like, where my next meal is going to come from, and money, finances, even like where I'm going to sleep. If I travel around, like, who am I going to stay with, and trusting that they're safe, and in some of the countries that I go to, knowing even if I just walk the street to go get a Coke, like the drink Coke, I'll be safe and the Lord will protect me. Things like that, where I must trust, and that trust comes out of dependence. And dependence is absolutely key, but it's not this weighty thing of like, I must depend on the Lord, but it's this relieving thing. It's a relieving sense of, and it gives me joy of knowing, hey, my Father delights in me, and no matter what I do, and no matter if I obey him or not, he's still going to bless me and provide for me. And I have this joy and relief of knowing he's going to provide for me, and all I have to do is depend on him and trust him. In the easy things and the hard things, I just need to depend on him. And I think my kind of question to you, to the audience, would be, are you fully trusting him? Are you fully depending on him? Even if it's something really silly, like how well you're going to do on a test, or, I don't know, if your dreams are going to be fulfilled, something like that, which seems so far off or silly. Are you depending on the Lord to supply that? Because he does know your heart, but he needs you to trust him and give all that control to him, because he makes everything for our benefit. So I'm going to share my poem now. It is titled The Great Weight of Revelation. When I wait on the Lord, I find solace in the silence. It's the peace of trusting the promises yet to come. I pursue his invitation for a revelation by way of believing that which I do not see. He calls it faith. I do not seek without wisdom or the grace of his guidance, for he has all that I need. I find I give with limits because I fear lack, even though he has always been faithful in his blessings. My dependence is solely in him, for I disappoint through my own expectations. In him I fully trust. It is all the realization of the revelation that without him we have nothing, but within him we need nothing. I encourage you to live without limits, because the Lord loves without limits, and we need nothing when we have him. Blessings.